So again, welcome, and we're glad you're here. We are excited tonight to welcome Parents Place of Maryland. We have with us Marlo Lemon, and Marlo received her Bachelor of Science degree from Coppin State University and Masters of Teaching and Administration from Loyola University. As an adjunct professor, she teaches the Working with Families of Students with Disabilities course at Towson University. And in her most recent position, she served as a parent coordinator for Baltimore County Schools Birth to 5 office. In this position, she encouraged, empowered, and gave support to families of children with disabilities. As a professional development facilitator, she has trained and mentored teachers on literacy for Johns Hopkins University and Howard County Public Schools. And in her position as educational specialist for the Maryland State Department of Education, she worked with Title I schools, early childhood, and special education. She's thankful for her years of teaching for Baltimore City and Baltimore County Public School systems because it allowed her to impact so many children and families. She is a relationship builder and believes all children can achieve, but she is most proud of her role as a wife for over 20 years and mother of her 3 children, one who has autism and another with learning disabilities. Joining her is Giselle Martinez, and she's been supporting underserved and diverse communities in a variety of roles for several years. For the past 10 years, she's worked as a paraeducator excuse me, with students in special education right here in Prince George's County. She's currently working on her undergrad degree in social work and brings her expertise and passion to Parents Place of Maryland as a fluent Spanish speaker to serve Maryland's Latinx population. And she's also a parent of a young child on the autism spectrum, so she understands firsthand what bilingual families experience. She lives in Prince George's County with her husband and her 2 sons. So Marlo and Giselle, welcome, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate the invitation.
I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see the presentation? Did I put it right? All right, thank you.
Hi, and thank you again, Prince George's County, for inviting us to speak on Learn the Signs, Act Early. Our presentation is adapted from the Centers for Disease Control, and we are happy to be here this evening. We're going to tell you a little bit about ppmd first, which is the Parents Place of Maryland. And our mission is to empower families as advocates in improving the education and health outcomes for children with disabilities. We're committed to diversity and equity. Our job is really to empower, to give parents and families the language and the voices they need to move their children forth. We have been around for over 30 years. We are Maryland's Parent Training Institute. We're governed by parents, and 100% of our staff has children with developmental delays or special healthcare needs. As part of our services, we offer one-on-one assistance to families, resource sharing, leadership development training for baby leaders. So if you have a child with a developmental delay or special healthcare needs, that's between the ages of 0 and 5, we can help you with your IFSP. We can also help parents with the IEP and transitioning. Maryland is really large for some of our military families, and they can have special situations and circumstances around parents getting deployed and who's home with the children. So we also offer special outreach to military families. We help families with early diagnosis, or when children are first diagnosed, how to help navigate services and resources and what a diagnosis actually might mean for their young person or for their child. We try to help parents understand their rights and responsibility. We go over the procedural rights and safeguards, which again, ppmd is all the state of Maryland. So we work from Allegheny County down to Worcester County. We help parents find some community resources. It's great that we have 2 bilingual staff members, so we can help do IEP reviews, and we help parents to advocate and try to obtain the services that their children need. Tonight, it is our hope to bring you information and looking at milestones that are important. So learn the signs, act early. Within my introduction, Giselle and I are both early childhood people. We work with the little ones, we really enjoy it, and we both also have children with special needs that started in early intervention early. So we want to be able to give parents and families typical development with things that you should be looking for, so that if red flags come up, like what are the red flags? How do you know? But the Centers for Disease Control have put out all these signs that our young people who are learning so early, signs that they might be doing and things in it with age. So we're going to tell you about free resources that might help guide you through learning the signs, act early, and things that you can do to help your child learn and grow in different everyday activities.
I'll go. Yeah, like Marlo said, the CDC Learn the Signs Act Early is all about tracking your child's developmental milestones. And developmental milestones are things that most children can do by a certain age. For example, the way that they play, learn, speak, jump around. Things like, for example, like 6-month-old who are learning to respond to their name, or 18-month-olds who are pointing to the sky at an airplane. So it's broken down by different age categories, the milestones. And all children, of course, develop at their own pace, but some will reach their milestones a little earlier, a little later, depending on the child, but mostly children reach milestones around the same age. And looking for your child's milestones might sound like something extra that you have to do, but it's just something that it's really simple and easy to, and it can even be fun for you to track as a family over time. And tracking these milestones will help you understand your child's ability, so that you can have a better picture of what to expect about his learning and growing. It will also helps you keep track of things that they should be doing at their age. And it also can help you gather important information for you to share with your doctor at your child's checkups. Okay. And most importantly, tracking your children's milestones gives you the chance to, as a parent, catch things as early as possible in case there is some sort of developmental problem that you see in your child. And research shows that the earlier you can catch a developmental problem, the better chances a child has. Better chances are of the child to receive help so that they can have a better future. All right, and the CDC, like Marlo mentioned earlier, offers a lot of free resources and trackers for families. Their program is called Learn the Signs, Act Early. If you visit their website, cdc.gov, we'll share the website in the next slide. You will find there it's easy to access website, to navigate the entire website and download these free tools for parents. There's trackers. There's an app. We're going to talk about all those different tools that they have available for parents. And one of them is the milestone checklist. So there's one for every age from 2 months to 5 years old. There's a sheet and it's broken up into categories. 4 milestones, which are how the child's developing in the 4 different areas. And then you can share this tracker with your doctor even, or the app is also really good. We're going to talk about the app as well. All right, and then for the trackers, to get a good use out of your trackers, something that we that I used to do for my children as well is keep it on the refrigerator. Every time they do something new, check it off on the checklist, the milestone checker. And also I would have that list ready for every child, for every time my child had a doctor's appointment, so that I can share with them what they are doing and what they are not yet doing with their doctor at every appointment. Another tool that they offer is the Milestone Moments booklet. This is, it has all the one-sheeters. The milestone trackers are one-sheeters that you can print out and use. The book has them all together in one from 2 months to 18 months. And it's a small book that's also really convenient. If you don't want to have a bunch of sheets, you can have it all together in a book.
Another thing that comes is the parent kit, and it contains a free milestone moments booklet that Giselle was talking about, but it also comes with a growth chart. And I know it's really small to see, but at 3 years, it tells you, you can paste a photo of your child on the growth chart, but it tells you different milestones that they should be doing. So for beside 3 years, it says cooperate with other children and negotiate to solve conflict. And it also gives them practice as they are going to the doctor's office themselves when the doctor has to measure them. So they have thought about a lot of things to help you and to try to make it easier. Giselle mentioned putting the tracker on the refrigerator, but you could also, if you have post-its that are around tracking things, it has an app, but in your note section of the phone, we want it to be as easy as possible for parents and families as they are taking their children to the doctor, when the doctor will ask a question, or are they babbling? Do they have any sounds? And things like that. So this is part of the free kit that has the growth chart. You can measure their height and you can hang it at home. And again, all of these things are available in the CDC's website. The next resource that they have is the Milestone Tracker App. So, we had a big audience. I'm like, okay, take out your phone and you can go to the Apple Store or Google Play and search CDC Milestone Tracker. And then you can download it. Of course, it's free. And feel free to, okay, thank you. Yes, you can put any questions you might have in the chat. But this is the cover or the front of the way that it looks. So the CDC Milestone Tracker, and I wanted to back up a little bit. It's broken down to like social emotional. So it's your child can really be making great strides in communication, social emotional, but maybe not necessarily fine motor. Where are they grabbing? Are they holding on to things? Are they able to then scoop up food and put it in their mouth? Are they isolating the fingers and picking things up? So it gives you activities that you can do with your child as you are working through the activities in the app. But this, I love what the director of the CDC says. This CD Milestone Tracker app gives parents tips to help their child learn and grow, a way to track the developmental milestones, recognize the delays, and the ability to share this information with their healthcare provider. And the reason I read that is because it's so powerful. We have a large amount of children in our infants and toddler program. And, we're fortunate it's a federal law. So everyone, whether it's infants and toddlers, early childhood development. So even if you move out of the state of Maryland, your child should be able to get early intervention services. This is one tool that you can use that helps not only you, but your doctor track your child's development. And it's okay because every child grows and develops differently. So it's okay that, even it could be your first child may have walked and talked. Thank you, Giselle. It could be that they walked and talked really early. I am the mom of 3, and my boys took their sweet time walking. And when they got it, it was great. Victoria, who is just 17 months younger than them, she started walking at 9 months. Now, people say it might be because she wanted to catch up with her brothers, and that might be true, but just because she started walking, that's a gross motor skill. She could have been not at her milestone as it relates to like writing and holding a pencil. So it's just really good to know what your child at a certain age is supposed to be doing, especially for some of our first time parents who really might not know, well, is this typical development or should I be concerned? So when you get started with the Milestone app, and again, it's birth to 5, it tells you how they should be playing, how they should be learning, speaking and acting. There is something to be said about the peekaboo and baby talk and having them look at you and follow the eye gaze. All of those things are appropriate milestones. So the checklist is very interactive. You can personalize it. Parents have said that it's very fun and easy to use. And thankfully, it has no ads. So it's not like a waste of time. You have to sit through an ad before something else comes up. It's available for the iPhone, and we are happy to say it is available in Spanish. You can have one cell phone, 3, 4, 5 children. It's okay. You can add a child or more, because again, they wanted to make it as parent-friendly as possible. And again, when you're at the doctor's office with your child or your children, and they say, okay, go to the specific child name. Well, no, this one rolled over. This one followed my hand. This one looked up at me. So we know that each child is really different. And it also is a way, if you have a child that's, let's say, 3 years older or younger, you can see, well, my first child did this at this age, and this one is not quite there yet. So it really gives you a marker. It's tailored to match your child's age and sex, and then the page allows for you to easily switch between children. So if you wanted to know, you know what, my oldest started rolling over at 4 or 5 months. Let me see what is developmentally appropriate or what I should be looking for now. So we are really excited about learning the signs and acting early, because we know that early intervention is the key for a lot of our children's successes. Next slide, please. The home screen looks like this. And it's color coded, so they really did try to make it as easy as possible. So it's easy to navigate from the features on the screen. So from the checklist and when to act and tips and activities, your child's summary, and you can put in your personalized appointments for when your children, it's time for them to go to the doctor. And sometimes it can help you fill out the checklist that the doctor might give you. I know that when you go to the doctor, sometimes you have, baby bag, a toddler, maybe, and it's a lot of information, but everything is right in the phone with like the press of a button. So that actually is a really good feature, that everything is in one place. Then for the next slide, it will ask you the checklist. This is a screenshot of it. And I love the way they even put the sample pictures in, but they're illustrated, they're interactive. It allows you to like view a video if you're not quite sure of what you should be looking for. Well, this is an example, and again, it's meant for you to track so that you can see what typical development is. And if there's a red flag, because we have infants and toddlers early intervention services, and as part of that free service in all of our counties in Maryland, you can get tips and strategies and reflective coaching on how to help your child and get your child up to speed in areas that they might have fallen short in. Again, yes, not yet, and not sure. And then you can look at a video for typical development. So thank you. Okay. Some other app features is you can put in your upcoming appointments. So let's say that your child does qualify for infants and toddlers, birth to 5 early intervention services. So if they qualify for either speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapy, if they qualify, you can also not only put in doctor's appointments, but you can put in appointments for the therapists within the app. You can go back and complete checklists that you haven't finished. It gives you notifications when the developmental screenings are due, what's going on for your well child visit. So it really is a handy dandy app that you can put all of your child's information in and keep track of it in one location. I know I'll say, oh, I'm going to write it down. And then I'll forget or say, now, what did they say? So at least it's all in one place. Next slide. Sorry, Giselle, I'm taking you.
And what I really like about the tracker, like Marlo mentioned, sometimes we go to the doctor's office and we've got so many things in our hands that these questions are similar or the same questions that the pediatrician has you fill out that form every time at a well child check. And I used to remember having to juggle a clipboard and the baby wouldn't sit on the bed. So this is just an easy way to even do it before the appointment. So you don't have to sit with your infant and toddler and trying to fill out another form. You can have it ready to go when you see your child's pediatrician at their well child check. So the tracker makes it a lot easier to do that. And like Marlo mentioned before, the app is completely free. And you can also share the app with your doctor so that they can track those developmental milestones as well.
Helping your child learn and grow. Tracking the milestones is just the first step. And then you can either ask infants and toddler providers, but I know on our website, ppmd.org, and I'll put that in the chat, we have a video that you can look at, everyday activities you can do with your child to build gross motor, fine motor skills to help them. So things like picking up their toys and putting them in a container, or taking like if you're working on fine motor skills, taking an old popcorn plastic container and getting them to push cotton balls down in it, isolating the finger, it helps. It's one of those pre-writing skills. So it just gives you, we have some activities that it just gives you some things that you can do along with the app to work with your children, just everyday activities that will increase their development. Talk with other providers about milestones that they might see in your child. So a lot of our parents, they're full-time working parents. So talk with the daycare provider. You can even ask the daycare provider, do you know about the app? Because they can also have the app and they can include children that they are watching, within the daycare. So that way they will have data also. And act early. If you ever have a concern, it is okay. It's okay to take your concern to the doctor. It's okay if they say, let's wait a couple of months, to definitely go back and ask them. There are so many resources out there, and I appreciate the fact that this is one resource, but that has so much in it. So just know that, you want to check in with your doctor, and if you have a concern, ask for a second opinion, but you have also the data to back it up. You know your child the best. And we say this so much in so many presentations. We love all of our early childhood staff and teachers and our doctors, but you know your child best as far as the things that they are doing. So trust your gut, Share your concerns with the doctor, no matter how big or how small you think they are. And it's okay. Remember, every child is different, even if we're talking about siblings. So the growth and development for every child would be different. The key is really looking at the individual child and what they're doing at that time. If you need to ask for a referral for a specialist, and I don't know if I said that, infants and toddler services are free services to parents. You just call, they will ask you questions, they'll come out. If your child exhibits 25% or more delay in any area, then it's possible that they can start services in not only PG County, but in other counties in Maryland. When you call for that referral, depending upon what your area of concern is, that's who will do the assessment for your child. And it is always a play-based assessment. So it's not like they're coming in expecting them to like take a test. It's, you know, how are they interacting? Are they looking? Are they following simple directions? You know, are they standing and rolling over and things like that? And sometimes it's great just to talk to experts about things you can do at home to possibly help them. And again, on the slide, every state offers services. So if you move from Maryland to Texas, your child should still be able to receive services. This is the CDC Information Number, how to act early and get services. And then, next slide. Remember that their milestones are important. This little young lady in the picture is pretending to sing or talk in the microphone. A lot of times our speech and language pathologists, or SLPs, will bring in a microphone, or might use a microphone over Zoom to see what sounds a child is making. Babbling is important. There are free resources that can help you figure out how your child should be learning and growing. But the whole reason this Learn the Signs, Act Early was put together is for us to act early, because we have standard research that says that children who receive early intervention, they are, even if they are behind initially, their chances of success, their level of catching up, the level of their understanding improves with early intervention services. So please act early. And then you again, through this app, you have the data to back it up. There are many free resources, and it's what you can do to help your child if you ever have any concerns. Again, this is information about the Parents Place of Maryland. We have a Facebook page in English and in Spanish. So we always ask for parents to follow us on social media. We have a lot of different videos. One of them is early childhood in everyday activities to do for early childhood that our early childhood specialist has. So please, 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 follow us. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to contact us at any time. We can provide that one-on-one assistance. This is our website, ppmd.org. And you can also subscribe to our monthly newsletters, which we try to have information and just about things that are going on. So the month of the young child, autism awareness, Down syndrome, so whatever might be going on. When it's Military Families Month, we also try to put it in our newsletter. My information, as well as Giselle's information, is listed. We try to make it really easy. So it's Marlo at ppmd.org and Giselle at ppmd.org. We want to know if you have any questions, what led you to attend this evening. So we really left it open. As part of our presentation, we were going to have, you actually look at the site if you wanted to. So we really wanted to hear from you if you have any questions from us.